Hello again, everyone. I have a choice of several fun missions this time. I decided to go with Sensei's fog mission, which, as before, is one of the best fog missions in the game, I would say. There are a few gotchas, but they happen pretty early on and aren't such a big deal. I do think, compared to normal mode, is not quite as well balanced. Adder has just, too many pre-deployed missiles and rockets out in the fog waiting for you, and two cruisers too that will just tend to nail any battlecopter that you build early on. But the cruiser release an early turn restart. It'll happen like turn 3 basically. So it's not awful. For a fog mission, I would say it's very good. You can see the map got a bit bigger than before, and now there are 2 mini cannons, although they don't make that big a difference, usually. As before, I'm going to mostly want, I think, to distract Adder with a fight down here, where he just kind of has most of his vehicles show up and get walled out. Meanwhile, over here, I'm going to build a lot of copters, get them over to this peninsula, and then fight my way up and strike them along the northern road. I save the money for a B-copter, by the way, that's why I didn't build much in turn 1, as you can see. But you can't get greedy just moving that B-copter out of the ocean, or you'll get killed for sure. He's got a cruiser waiting out there. So what you do instead, I think, or at least what I do, walk something like this, with an efficient drop-off to grab that base over there, and then you use your T-copter to reveal the cruiser. Next turn, that is. And I think once again I'm going to want to mostly save my money, so I'll get out some infantry, but that's about it. With 2 cruisers, 1 B-copter will not suffice. On the first turn, the cruisers don't really cover each other, but if you fight in place for more than like 1 turn, the other cruiser will show up and then you're in trouble. If you move something like this, that usually reveals it. There we go. It's always somewhere in that general area. Oh, I had slightly bad luck there. Usually he doesn't reduce your HP quite that much. Oh well. Just gonna walk over to where they can be picked up shortly. Oh, interesting. Usually he doesn't reveal his other cruiser that easily. So I've got a choice about what to do now, I guess. Could have built a mech there, but I've decided I would rather save for another copter. If I avoid giving him his CO power, that would be best, I think. I could just strike this, but I would start, losing power pretty fast. It's better, I think, for me to get a first strike with a full health one after he gets a chip on my T-copter instead, or something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is a good spot to pick up from. I will go with that. And you can just sit over there where it's safe. He loves to prioritize T-copters over B-copters, so this should be safe. Yeah, I don't know why. Just kind of a weird quirk. You can hear a lot of troops moving in there on the bottom left. Now, you need at least 1 mech, because he'll attack you with 2 vehicles next turn, and 1's an anti-air. So you want to have a mech ready to deal with that, and you want to have a B-copter ready to deal with his tank, I would say. Hopefully I'll have slightly better luck this time. Nope. Okay. Oh well. Well. Down goes his cruiser. And the other one too. I've got my CO power now. I could use that to just spawn the infantry over here. And get the capture started faster that way. Maybe I will do that. so I don't need to worry about dropping a guy off to do that. And it's probably more efficient to drop a guy off there anyway. What I'm thinking about is going for this base over here, of course. But yeah, I think I will use my CO power so I can just get 2 captures over there instead of just 1. Now walk these ones over that way. Oh, so as usual, the tank walks up. Now it's in B-copter range, and the anti-air will probably shoot the one that's in the wood next. Which is fine. It's great to have his anti-airs committed down there. He usually has at least 2 of them there. Up top, he usually has something terrifying, like 3 rockets and 2 or 3 missiles, sometimes an anti-air too. Few direct combat units, in my experience at least. I wouldn't be surprised if he does them occasionally, but from what I've seen, they usually end up walking down this way for whatever reason. Alright, so that guy will go back for repairs, I'm sure. One chopper work on that tank. No, 7 HP. Not having the best luck with my copter chip damage, but oh well. You know, I could do a join capture and then get myself an MD tank here early. I think I will probably not do that though. I think I'll settle for just a regular old tank. And some B-copters in the future. Let's see. Probably want to drop off there. So yeah, something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I'll just fly that one straight down. Pick that guy up. And fly in these copters where they can help out. I usually don't bother with this mini cannon anymore. I find that it's just not positioned in a place that matters that much. And also, a bigger problem is occasionally the adder just happens to have a missile like where it can shoot when your copter's going for it, so I don't think it's really worth the risk. Okay, let me do a join here, I think. And then I could just get another copter this turn, but I think it'll be faster and more fuel efficient to build it from one of the top airports instead, so I'll do that. And just get myself maybe another mech hereabouts. I don't think this will make too much difference, unless it happens to let him get started capturing his base there earlier. But that almost never happens. I see him usually just go for the city instead for some reason. Might just be some details of position that I don't know about outside in fog. Alright, that tank looks like it's pretty well stalemated. Doing about 2 damage, taking scratch damage slowly. But I certainly could just take it out with a mech, so maybe I'll do that. And then the mech can get some repairs and be back to full power. As I said, these mini cannons don't really matter that much, from what I've seen. Get a medium tank there in case he has any heavy vehicles. Typically no, but it is worth being prepared for the possibility. Yeah, going for the city as usual. I think it must just be the way his movement happens to work out. I guess it doesn't matter if I drop off or not there. Now, one important thing to know is don't try to get clever getting some vision with those mountains. He has a rocket that's watching them. So, it's one place where cleverness is punished on this mission. This thing's running out of ammo. I might not even shoot at that mini cannon. do that just to be back to full health 1 out there. In position to capture next turn. Figured that would be safe, it usually is. Almost certainly, if he has a second anti-air, it's going down toward the bottom, and his new missiles shouldn't be in position to do anything useful yet. Almost certainly. Okay, so I would love to get myself a copter, I'd love to get myself a recon. I can't have both, it seems, so maybe I'll get myself just a mech, maybe? No, an infantry, probably. An infantry and a V-copter. That will have to do. The biggest danger in the bottom, by the way, is he'll eventually move in with an artillery, and you need to be ready to deal with that with some mechs. Otherwise I can push you back. Otherwise you can stalemate him forever, which is what we want. He always has a missile there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he'll build one somewhere else at some point. I don't know where and when exactly. 3, 4, 5. I'm going to take a risk. Just drive my copter over there. And hope he doesn't happen to have a missile pointed right at it. If he does, it's unfortunate. Okay, so his rocket is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the best I can do is move there, unless I can scout him somehow. Which I can maybe do if I use my T-copter for the job, rather than having it carry infantry. But I don't think that's really worth it to get a tank into position 1 turn faster. So I will just do this. Left at 3 HP. If he'd been at 2 HP, I probably would have just charged the tank in and not worried about it. What's it going to be? Maybe another teacup to get in faster with more infantry. I do feel like I have kind of a shortage of infantry getting moved in right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll send this here. I'll take some repair cost money, but it'll be okay. And then I can get myself another T-copter and another tank. Let's go with that. Shouldn't need many heavy vehicles. Would that be pointless of giving him more CO power buildup? I want to weaken some units so that maybe I can take them out and get a good power turn later. We'll see what he does. There's his new anti-air, so he does have 2 down thereabouts. The main reason I put it there, by the way, was that sometimes these things run out of fuel otherwise. You do a lot of flying back and forth, especially because, of course, you're playing as Sensei, so your guys move extra far. I'll attack with that one. Move this guy in there to where it mostly just help to scout, actually. That's the plan. So if he's got probably a missile like there or something like that. I mean, I've got guys in range if he's there, but if he's here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, this spot would be safe, so maybe I'll put one there. Grab the tank in. I don't think I've ever done this without any casualties, because he just has so much variability with where he might or might not have his numerous rockets and missiles. Walk those back, walk those forward. Got a wall of cheap infantry guarding the backs. Okay, he just has a new missile, so I lose a T-Copter and an infantry. That's terrible, but at least I know that he has a missile on his base. So much for my fast block and fast HQ capture there. Just bad luck. When he builds things, when he doesn't build things, there's no way to know it. But at least my copters are safe, so they can fly in and start overwhelming him. And I have a spare T-Copter, so it's not that big a setback. At this point, I guess I might as well go for it because it's kind of on the convenient path of least resistance. So if he shot that guy, he has to have... It has to be there, specifically. Wow, I've never before seen that. Huh. Usually he has a missile on his HQ. Maybe he has one now, too. Who knows? I guess we'll find out as we crowd people in. Yep, 3 missiles. Great. Well, there was no possible safe approach here, then. On the plus, that means he has to have fewer rockets, at least. And that can block up one of his bases, although he will, of course, shoot this T-Copter with his missile. Well, I can fly this in and maybe, hopefully, help occupy one of his cities next turn. Nope, that costs us some fuel there. Cancel that move, but whatever. Let's see, if I want... no, not much I can do. Yeah, I'll stand hereabouts. And I'll block my own base there, just to get my tanks moving along faster. Okay, so down here, I am actually in a bit of trouble I didn't think through fully, because... if I move away, I can't see that guy anymore. So that was kind of dumb of me. Oh well. I guess I will toss a mech in his path for him to shoot at. And have to call it good there. Well, that one will live at least. It will live to block another day, which is what matters. Wow, he got a lucky luck roll there, I think. Okay, so typical AI stupidity there. Clear this mini cannon. Now I have a slightly more convenient path. I think you can see that it really wasn't a priority, but it is a nice to have thing. That takes care of that one. Scouting his base over there so I know if I can block it or not. Sorry, attack it or not. The answer is no, there's nothing there to attack, that's fine. That should pretty well ruin that rocket. And if I drop an infantry in there. I should be within his minimum range. Empty. Wow. Cool. Guess I didn't really need this MD tank for all that heavy weapon stuff after all. Sometimes you do, though. It just kind of depends on what he happens to build and where. So, I could get my superpower, but I feel like it's mostly useless at this point. Yeah, I will just do a join and keep on blocking. And in terms of numbers, I'm doing just fine. Maybe I will throw out my CO power to spawn more guys. Make sure my techniques correspond, even if he gets a couple of kills or something like that with artillery. Sensei has no problem passing technique scores. I guess I should have used it to finish off his rocket before, but it doesn't really matter. I wasn't planning to use it at all at the time. Right, that should do fine. Now where's his other anti-air? That's the one thing I'm worried about. If his other anti-air happened to walk back into the woods, trying to retreat earlier or something like that, it might be in range of me now. Highly unlikely, but it is possible. Clear off some copters and cause issues. I don't care about that. He's slowly losing steam here, which is fine by me. No one cares about your ABC, Adder. Ah, another missile. Some people care about that. Well, the closest he could have a ground unit is here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So without his CO power, which he just used, he has no possible way to interrupt this capture, does he? 1, 2, 3. Let's see if there's a recon. 5, 6, 8. No, I can't do it. So I can just pull out and not worry about it. And likewise over there, I'll just end my turn. Well, a bit of a nuisance, but it turned out to have 3 missiles, but I think you can see that I won this pretty handily with a lot of funds left over. Should be a good power score and good everything else too.
Mission complete.
Not really a fair fight, you know, playing as the brutally overpowered Sensei against poor little Adder, but oh well. Alright. For hard mode fog mission, I'd say that's about as good as it gets. I'm looking forward to Kanbei's level, as usual. I always enjoy playing as Kanbei. Until then, have a great day, everyone.